they were just beginning to like hit their stride with FF7. So it was like, again, why I say when they're doing the remake, it's like they're doing it in a way. It's like we're doing the same thing but better, obviously. But like, it's like we'll spend a little more time here. We'll cut this. We'll add this in. It's like a recipe, and after, God, almost 20 years, they're like, you know what, we can make this better. Let's make it a little bit better. And being about 8 hours in, almost 10, I can see why this game was in development since 2013.
How much time we need?
10
Got all
minutes.
the time in the world.
Yeah, you're a good friend, Barrett.
This one comes with a remote detonator.
Yeah, why didn't the first one come with a
Courtesy of Jesse.
We withdraw to a safe distance. Then, kaboom!
Safe distance?
What? No such thing.
We'll blow it up at the Gold Saucer. We'll have a couple drinks.
We get out the same way we
Wait
got
for this
in.
entire thing
Let's
to blow
double
over.
back.
Yeah, lack of voice acting and lack of animation quality due to the system itself made it so you couldn't really get a feel for characters. Granted, FF9 did show the system could make things work. Indeed, but again, I was like, as just not only Square Enix but as developers in general started like really pushing the PS1 in terms of what you could get out of it. That's like, again, that's why I think Final Fantasy VII was such a choice remake for a lot of reasons. Not only to just get Square Enix out of the hole money-wise, but it left a lot to be desired. There was a lot in the game. I mean, I'm a fan of it, but it was like you filled in the blanks with your imagination. It's like, oh man, talking about it, seeing things. It's like the game almost is like, all right, meet us halfway. You know, this is like when you see the artwork and the character designs and the portraits. It's like that's how he's supposed to look. That is Cloud, and that's what you see when you play the game. When you talk about it, when you know, that's like, I don't know. It's like it's almost like one of those how Final Fantasy. It's like how it sees itself, how it is, how it wishes it was. This is like, this game is fulfilling all of those needs. So.
Huh?
What the? Where you going?
Weirdly perfect timing.
In fact, FF9 got a remake. It would only be more
Wait
closer
a
to the.
minute.
Oh yeah,
Is someone
I think at this
watching
point,
us?
if they choose to remake more Final Fantasies, which again isn't going to be until like probably 2030, if Square Enix just triples down and finishes getting the other installments of the completion of Final Fantasy VII Remake,
As
then
architect of our populous engagement campaign,
I think they're going to be more or less in this vein.
public security. Bid you welcome.
The chief warmonger.
Not only that, but like I said, last stream, this looks like I remember the OG
Divided attention of every soul.
imagination. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
What is this?
not that we weren't expected to, but you couldn't help but meet the game halfway. It's like, okay, I know what you're trying to do. I'm going to fill in the blanks with my mind. And now the game is like, it's doing everything for me. Oh god, did we just get framed? Oh no, we weren't framed. The fake news. Fake news. I wouldn't trust the reporter. She doesn't even have a name.
Residents are outraged that the tragedy of Mako Reactor 1 was only the first attack.
I could see something getting. I could see some getting a fix.
President
Like
Shinra has issued a statement providing assurances that
Final
the
Fantasy
terrorists
VIII
will soon be brought
would be
to justice.
so much better, just because a lot of FF8 was super held back, even harder than FF7. Oh yeah, but people still like 8. But again, it's.
Bread and circus.
I think a lot could be done.
The big boy.
This game pretty much shows that a lot can be done, especially if you're willing to put a game into chunks. Kind of like a a AAA Telltale game.
Engineering on the line.
That actually functions. It doesn't glitch out all the time.
To the imbecile in charge down there. You are hereby ordered to seize those intruders and bring them
Final
to
Fantasy
me.
VIII Remake would be cool. Definitely.
Come quietly, you're now in trouble.
Love the thing, Barrett. We'll take all of them out with us.
I got your number.
Fire, of course. Why did I think anything else?
It's on you.
Need my help, do you?
Attention all security forces.
Keep us stay alive.
Bring them to the command center right now.
Got me now.
I'm counting on you.
Give him your all!
Never.
It's not over yet.
My bag.
Gonna pull back.
Catch you sleeping.
Taking over.
Attention all security forces.
That all you got? Let's kick it up now.
Got him. I don't know why my voice just cracked.
Shut the hell up.
I don't believe it.
Woo.
We played right into
I'm good
Shimmer's
at this
hands.
game.
Yeah, and that bullshit news is already peddling.
FF9 in terms of lack of design clashing is super present. In fact, I would say FF9 was the best in terms of being able to be what it was always intended.
They
Yeah,
wanna
that makes
turn this
sense.
into a spectacle? Then I say let's give them one.
Again,
Let's take down shit.
usually the most fleshed out games are the games that come at the end of a console generation. They-
Immediately. I repeat.
It's pretty apparent what the consoles can be pushed to.
Bring them to the command center right
At that
now.
point, it's like all the bars have been, for the most part, like, been set.
Attention all
So you know
security
what
forces.
you should be striving for, or what should be done.
Subdue the insurgents
Which is
and
why,
bring
again,
them to
at the
command
end of the
center
PS4's console life
immediately.
cycle,
I repeat.
FF7 does not
Subdue
disappoint.
the insurgents and bring them to the command center
This is
right
like-
now.
PS5 games can only be of this caliber and up. Hopefully.
Attention all security forces. Subdue the insurgents and bring them to the command center immediately. I repeat. Subdue the insurgents and bring them to the command center right now. Attention all security forces. Subdue the insurgents and bring them to the command center immediately. I repeat. Subdue the insurgents and bring them to the command center right now.
You heard the man! Get these components prepped for the airbuster ASAP!
Oh god, the Airbuster?
It's ready, sir.
Component outbound for B8!
Copy, B8.
No, don't give it the components. Leave them there. If you value your lives, you'll leave them there.
Take him out!
Ow, that's putting up the fight. I'm not used to them putting up the fight.
Keep it together.
Yeah, I'll do it. Back to the list. Bring it home.
Let me... There! There's no...
All clear. Now let's see what these bastards were up to.
Yeah.
Barry, Cloud, over here.
That looks important.
Find something?
Keycard. Might come in handy.
You think? Nice work.
Alright, before I go see what you're doing, is there anything else? Oh yeah, the airbuster. That'll be interesting to fight. Okay, I think that's it. Let's see, where Final Fantasy VIII is sadly a game that is super clashing with itself. Hence that point where Square Enix was making Dino and Eve, and you can super tell. It doesn't gel together quite well, especially with the majority of the cast being very lackluster. Like in Final Fantasy XII, kind of way, but in reverse. So seeing if FF8 get a remake, this would be hell of a shit ton. Oh yeah, I honestly would like to see an FF4 remake, the one with Cecil and Rosa Kane. Oh man, yep, in the moon. X Death, right? God, I started to play that game and I never finished it. I gotta go back. I'm a big fan of Cecil. He's one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters, actually. Paladin, Dark Knight, let's go. How beautiful would it be in today's graphics and fighting style? Oh man, especially because that game has a job class change. That'd be interesting. Way much for my small brain to comprehend.
It looks like a few of its components are still in transit.
But yeah, I agree. FF8's kind of like,
see about
from
that.
what I've seen,
Could tamper
I
a
have
little
played
with its
12.
loadout.
12 is...
And give ourselves an edge?
There should be a console somewhere.
This the console
Final
you
Fantasy
talking
XII's
about?
worst characters in terms of story are the main characters. Where in FF8, it's the side characters. Like, I could see FF8's side being some of the worst in the series. Yeah, oh yeah. 12s are like... I still to this day remember... You can trust him! He's a legendary knight, Vosh von Ronsenberg! Belthier, Fran... Ain't no one gonna say nothing bad about the Benaries. Funny people.
Think you can get it to work?
Needs a keycard.
What was her name?
Try that
Princess
key card of
Ashley?
yours.
I don't know.
M units.
Completely agree that the main
I'm
cast of
guessing
12
that's
is
some sort of component?
Penelope.
Yep.
I remember the names, but that's
Enhancement
about
powered
it.
by liquefied materia.
Sounds bad.
Imagine a main
Pretty
staple
sure I could
FF
divert
game
this unit for disposal.
with all of the pro tags, not Dissidia. That's another game I have to go back and play. Dissidia for the PS4. I enjoyed the arena fighters for the PSP. They're fun. They're not anything too crazy good, but they're like an 8. They're great. Maybe after this, I'll take a little sidestep. Check out Dissidia. Let's see. Disposing of M units. Removing M units from an airbuster will reduce the number of items it has at its disposal. While this does not directly affect the airbuster's tactical performance, collecting the discarded items can give your party a much needed boost in the fight. Okay. This makes it hard mode. This makes it easy mode. Hard mode, easy mode. Sorry, I mean main lead for FF12, because the original main lead was the old man. For 12? Wasn't it not? Yeah, because it opens up your you do the siege of the castle as I don't want to spoil anything, but as Bosch, right? Then you meet Judge Gabran, and you can super tell, especially since Vaughn becomes a side character. Yo, he definitely Vaughn just wants to, he just wants to be Han Solo. I don't want to do anything but fly around. And sadly, Balthier's already Han Solo, and he already has a Chewbacca, Fran. So he just wants to be... He wants to... He doesn't even want to be Han Solo. He just wants to be the weird slug thing that that tends to the Falcon from the Rise of Skywalker. He's like, I am part of the crew. I fixed that thing. I'm part of the crew. And that's pretty much where his character like ends. He's just along for the ride. But like the Squall Cloud, Titus Lightning, Noctis versus all the big bads. Yeah. Oh, that's his name, Bellator? I thought it was Balthier, something. It's been a while. I knew it was something like that. Or whatever was the main character. He turns into the main character. Like, it ends up becoming about him. From what I remember. Like, his past, and his dad, and ends up doing stuff. Technically, Ashley's like a main character too. As like the whole thing is to get her back to power. And then there's, again, the brothers. The city's pretty alright. Sadly, the PS game was the best of that concept, and it's actually pretty alright. It's a sequel to FF1 since it delves more into Garland's infinite loop. Oh, yeah. I love me some Final Fantasy 1. Which is why I think I liked Dissidia so much, because it was just like almost like a retelling of Final Fantasy 1 with PS2 graphics. So I was like, I'm about this. And then Duodecim's pretty cool for a side story. Again, I think the first Dissidia is great, the second one's good. I've heard Dissidia NT's good, and the online's terrible, but... Garland, yes. Dude, Warrior of Light. We'll do this. I used to wreck with Warrior of Light. It was one of my mains. Until I found out about Cecil.
For disposal.
Not to mention that Garland is voiced by
Just imagine
Chris
their
Sabat.
faces when they find out.
Do you always hear Vegeta?
So far, so good.
Right. Let's move.
Warrior of Light's the OG.
You think they're watching us? Even now?
Yup. Probably got a live feed.
Nothing we can do about it.
The City for PS4 came out, it's just not great in terms of story. Oddly enough, does often say it's the sequel to the original PSP game. Okay, no, technically it is. Because the second Dissidia is a prequel, technically. It's chronologically Dissidia Duodecim, Dissidia, and then Dissidia NT. So it is a sequel as far as story is concerned. That's a little weird, but that part is true. It's not lying. It's just a little confusing to understand. Ice King Adventure Time. That's Kefka. It's actually super amazing. Oh lord, tell him to super low tier. I'm just trying to picture the Ice King. That's Kefka. Voiced like I'm the wrong character.
Yes, it's my turn.
I'm too far away.
Don't kiss me, wait. Want some more?
Come on.
Overkill. Forget I'm playing an RPG sometimes. Yeah. Could have been hit. That would have been bad.
Shower.
Never mind. She got buffed. She's the little girl that uses tone fuzz. So Fedia, as far as my knowledge, has been low tier for most of the series. And I don't know Soul Calibur nearly enough to jump in on this conversation, but I will take it. I will take your word, especially for the fact that I don't really see her, like, ever. In the few times I've ever watched
Component
Soul
outbound for
Calibur.